Shalom, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, and Kahakodash, double honors to all the apostles, the great millstone, do rule well. Peace, love. Salaki. Peace, love, and blessings to the bosom, highways, and byways, giving all diligence to making call like sure. Blessings to the very few sisters listening and believing. I am a fellow Abraham coming at you once again with another lesson. Lord's will to the Spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Shai's lessons edifying, also exhorting. And you can see here, shout out to the beloved priest in the camp, Malakia. All right. He posted this in the chat today. All right. So-called February 18, 2026 from JFeed. All right. Whether this is true or not, right? Which I believe to be true anyways. But this just fits the prophecy of one of the signs of the Lord of the Lord returning, wars and rumors of wars. All right. And this so happened to be doomsday, doomsday, doom meaning judgment. All right. So doom means judgment. All right. It says Russia's doomsday plane lands in Tehran, which is Iran. All right. Amid heightened tensions between Iran and America. The arrival of a Russian Tu-214 PU command post in Tehran signals continued strategic cooperation under the Russian-Iran partnership. And what's beautiful about that is a deal was also, or a partnership was also made with China. That's why China recently came out and said that any attack on Iran is a direct threat to China's national security. And Russia and China been saying that, man. All right, because your boy Bibi, all right, Netanyahu, all right, he been trying to get this war going with Iran for over 3 decades. Okay, so they've been saying this. You know, any attack on Iran is a threat to their national security. It's just now we in those times as America and the small hats tend to draw closer and near to conflict with Iran. All right, they just coming out more saying it. All right. It says under the Russian-Iran partnership, the aircraft features encrypted communications and electromagnetic shielding for high-level military coordination. All right, let's read. It says a Russian Tupolev Tu-214 PU airborne command post, often referred to as a doomsday plane, landed in Tehran, departing from Moscow's Vnukovo International Airport and arriving at Tehran's Imam Khomeini International Airport. The aircraft, operated by Russia's elite Rossiya Special Flights Squadron, is designed as a hardened command and control center with secure data links, encrypted satellite communications, electromagnetic shielding, and a range of exceeding 700 kilometers in electromagnetic shielding. So you can't wipe out the communications because that's what it's for. All right. So they can, because communication is key. It's key. All right. When it comes to war. All right. Again, that's the first thing you do. One of the first things you do is knock out your enemy's communication. All right. It says in a range exceeding 700 kilometers, enabling it to function as a mobile headquarters during crisis, including nuclear scenarios. The deployment is seen as a deliberate signal of deepening strategic ties between Moscow and Tehran, potentially involving high-level discussions on military cooperation, intelligence sharing, or contingency planning under their January 2025 Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Treaty. This comes amid escalating regional tensions, with bilateral trade surpassing $5 billion annually, including arms transfers such as Iran's Sahad drones to Russia and potential deliveries of Su-35 jets and S-400 systems to Iran. And those S-400 systems are badass. Shit, the S-300 system are badass. So, you know, all those fighter jets and all that, you know, all that power that America is sending over there those aircraft carriers, those warships, and they just send a bunch of warplanes over there. Well, those S-400 systems are really advanced. What they call it? Is it the F-13, F-15 fighter jet that America has? I forget exactly which, the name of it, but they fear those S-300, S-400 Russian systems. That's why when that ordeal went down with Syria some years back, and Russia put them S-300s or S-400s, forget exactly which model it was a no-fly zone, man. They didn't dare to fly within that area. So if Iran gets that, man, look, again, Iran is fully equipped, and this is all Bible prophecy. All right, so let's get into the scriptures. Enough of that. Where we can find it said in Bible prophecy, Ezekiel the 38th chapter. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. All right, and Gog, Russia dwells in that region today. All right, the ancient Gog, the land of Magog, meaning from Gog. All right, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And we go into that word chief. All right. One second. Chief. Ra'ash. All right, which where the modern Russia came from. It says the head, top, summit, upper part, chief, total, sum, height, front, beginning, head. All right. And if you don't think we know what we're talking about, right, let's just go see what AI had to say. Okay, this is it. What does Russia mean in Hebrew? In Hebrew, Russia is translated, all right, as Ra'ash. They don't know the Hebrew. It says in biblical prophecy context, some interpreters link Russia to Hebrew word Ra'ash, meaning head, chief, or top, appearing in Ezekiel 38 chapter. Exactly. And it's no coincidence. Okay. So this is talking about Russia, and Russia's in that region today. All right, all the receipts are there. It says, a chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So, they're Edomites too, so the Lord is against them. Okay, it says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. All right, bring them to that former USSR Soviet Union era. That spirit is being put upon them. All right, where they're no longer just going along to get along with America. Okay, because after what the USSR fell, all right, they separated, became weak, but it's being brought back to that position. All right, that's why you see Russia, over the past decade or so, you see Russia basically taking back former USSR territory, Crimea, Ukraine, so on and so forth. It says, and I will bring thee forth and all thy army horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. That's that modern day military equipment, military arsenal. Okay, is using ancient world terminology. It says even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, and you can add to that great company, China. All right, as we just stated, China also basically made known its partnership with Iran as well. So when you go into Persia, Persia is Iran. Iran's name was changed from Persia to Iran. All right. Ethiopia, all right, and Libya, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, all of them geared up, ready for war. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and that's talking about Turkey. It says, and all his bands and many people with thee, be thou prepared and prepare thyself. All right, and that's what's been happening. Thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Be thou a guard unto them. That's why you see headlines like Russia's doomsday plan landed Tehran. All right. So let's go from there to let's see. I have more precept lined up. St. Matthew's, the 24th chapter, and around about the 42nd verse, and I believe there we can close out here. So this is St. Matthew's 24, verse 42, and it says, "Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come." And that's why we watching, waiting on this thing to pop off. All right. But we know before this war fully kicks off, before it goes nuclear, the mark of the beast has to be made mandatory. But you can see we're right at the precipice of, the financial system collapsing. At the same time, this war is getting ready to start. Okay. So it says, "But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think think not the Son of Man cometh." All right. So who then is that faithful and wise servant? Faithful, what? His loyalty, his longevity, him waiting, and wisdom. He took heed to the instructions. He learned these prophecies. He knew what to watch for. Says, "Whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give him meat in due season." All right. "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he shall come, and shall find so doing." Okay. So we in that time, the Lord returning in the midst of World War III. All right. But again, before World War III kicks off, like Elder Tahar mentioned, we're only waiting on the 3 major prophecies: the mark of the beast, Revelation 13 chapter, the 16th verse, World War III, and the return of Yahweh Shai. All right. Only thing holding this up is the mark of the beast. So that Lord willing is edifying, giving our praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Till next time we say shalom to the elect, the ones to the elders, shalom.